Hi, everybody. I'm Pam Otto, and I'm the Outreach Ambassador here at the St. Charles Park District. The plant I'd like to tell you about today is one of my absolute favorites. It's wild ginger, Asarum canadense. The wild ginger I have in my yard, I actually got by accident. I wanted some jack-in-the-pulpit, and I wanted some Solomon seal. Native plant gardeners shared some of those plants from their yard, but within that soil was also there were also some tiny little starts of wild ginger. Well, the ensuing quarter of a century, that little start of wild ginger has spread across the north side of my house, an area that frankly I have trouble getting plants to grow in. It's not very sunny there. The soil's in pretty good shape. It's not terribly wet there. It's not terribly dry there. It's what we would call mesic soil. The wild ginger has just flourished in that area. In fact, it's done so well, it's crept around the side of my house and is now functioning as a ground cover in my front yard as well, which happens to be a western exposure. Gets a little bit more sun there, but it keeps the plant quite happy. Even better, I was so surprised a couple of years ago to find that I now have wild ginger growing on the south side of my house, and I had nothing to do with it. Wild ginger shares a unique relationship with some of our local ant species. When the wild ginger flower, which, by the way, a lot of people don't realize wild ginger even has a flower. It's a little, maybe a 1-inch wide bloom. It's a maroon, kind of a dark maroon color. It's underneath the leaves, so it's very inconspicuous, but it's growing right where it needs to. Remember, a flower's job is to produce seeds, and those wild ginger flowers produce a small seed that's got a little stripe on it. That strip is actually, it contains fats, it contains sugars. It is very attractive because it's to ants because it offers them a food source. So ants will pick up these seeds, they'll carry them back to their little ant homes, they'll bring them down into the underneath the ground. They'll feed off of that strip, which is called an Asarum, and then they discard the seed still underneath the ground, which is the perfect place for it to start growing. So I have the ants in my yard to thank for helping to distribute this wonderful native plant.